Good morning, my dear students. Today we'll be discussing about identifying the inquiry and stating the problem. To start with, let us have the learning competencies of this topic. At the end of this module, you're expected to if the statement is true and write false if the statement is false. Write your answers in your activity notebook. Number one, in choosing the research topic, reach of background information is necessary. Number two, interest of the researcher will trigger more to investigate the research topic. Number three, book and magazines are only sources of information in doing research. Number four, visiting the library is the usual activity in doing research. Number five, the availability of updated reading material is necessary in completing the related literature of your research. Number six, the topic of the research should be relevant to the topic of interest. Number seven, the topic of the research should be relevant to the research study. Limitation of the topic is needed. Hence, the researcher on your interest but has to decide on one topic to finish the course. Number 8, assessing mental capacity, needed facilities, and time allotment should be considered as personal resources. Number 9, two broad subjects should be avoided in doing research. Number 10, one of the research topics should be avoided is highly technical subjects. What's in? Let's narrow down a topic. Directions. Choose a topic that is relevant to your chosen track or stand. You may use the topic you had in your previous activity. Using a concept map, narrow down your topic by choosing one in order to have a specific topic as a focus for research. Follow this example. We have sample topic for Humes for new normal. So you have indicated the circle, then we have an arrow at both ends of the circle. So we have new normal at the center of the circle. Then we have modular learning approach. What is it? Research is categorized into qualitative approach, quantitative approach, and mixed method approach. That is according to Criswell in 2003. In selecting a suitable approach to apply in research, there are some criterions to be taken into consideration. For example, nature of research problem, purpose of project, availability of resources such as time and financial, sensitivity of the issue on hand, discipline of study, and researchers' personal experiences, skills, interests, and attitudes. To list a few, that is according to Gruber in 2015. Developing a good research topic may not be easy for you, but it is important skill as a senior high school student. You may choose your own particular topic that arouses your interest to develop a qualitative research study. How to start a research study? You can start your study by considering the following according to Barbour in 2014. Number one, the most important element that defines the research problem. Number 2, research paper. Number 4, it can be revised and many times as the research develops and reach its final phase. It becomes final on its final defense before the final panel of judges. Note, the research title does not need to be entertaining but informative. Research problem. They need to have a safer, comfortable, and helpful walk or transfer of students from one place to place in the school campus. That is, you name your school, we have Bigaa Integrated National High School. We have the research topic, the construction of a covered pathway in the school campus. So again, you have to name the school. Then the general question, what kind of covered path should the school campus construct? Again, you have to indicate the name of school. We have the following specific questions. Number 1, what materials are needed for the construction of the covered pathway in the school campus? Number 2, what roofing material is appropriate for the covered path? Number 3, in what way the covered pathway link all buildings in the campus? Number 4, what is the width and height of the covered path? Number 5, how can the covered path realize green architecture? A part of a research title has the following information. Number 1, the subject matter or topic to be investigated. That will start with the question, what? Number 2, the place or the locale where the research is to be conducted. So again, we'll start with the question, where? The population, like these respondents, interviewees. So we are talking to who? The time period of the study during which the data are to be collected. So we have the question, when? Rules in choosing a research topic. Number 1, interest in the subject matter. An and energy. Number 2, availability of information. Information will serve as evidence to support your claims about your subject matter from varied forms of literature like books, journals, and newspapers, among others, is a part of and parcel of any research work. What to include in the investigation of the available materials? Letter A, upgrade and authority of the materials. Letter B, copyright, dates of the materials. Are they new or old? Letter C, expert or qualification of the writers of reading materials about your topic. Number 3, timeliness and relevance of the topic. Letter A, how relevant is the chosen topic? The topic should be related to the present, except for pure or historical research. Number 4, limitations on the subject. Connect your choice with course requirements. You need to decide on one topic to finish your course. Number 5, personal resources. Do an assessment on your research abilities in terms of your financial standing, health condition, mental capacity, needed facilities, and time schedule to enable you to complete your research. You have to raise an amount of money needed to spend on questionnaire, printing, and interview trips. Research topics to be avoided in developing your study. Number one, any controversial topics because it depends more on the writer's opinion, leading to biases. Facts cannot support this topic. Number two, highly technical subjects are not advisable for beginners as these topics require an advanced study, technical knowledge, and skills. Number three, hard to investigate subjects that happens if there are no available reading materials and about it and if such materials are not up to date. Number four, too broad subjects that prevent you from to focus on the subject matter of the paper. Narrow down or limit the subject to eliminate the problem. Number five, too narrow subjects that are so limited where an extensive searching is necessary. Number six, vague subjects. The subject or focus of the study should be specific. Sources of research topics. Number one, we have mass media communication, that is the press or referring to newspapers, ads, TV, radio, films, etc. Number two, books, internet, peer-reviewed journals, government publications. Number three, professional periodicals like College English Language, Teaching Forum, English Forum, The Economist, Academia, Business Circle, Law Review, and others. Number four, general periodicals such as Reader's Digest, Women's Magazines, Panorama, Magazine, Time Magazine, World Mission Magazine, etc. Number five, previous reading assignments in your other subjects, work experience. That is clues for a researchable topic from full-time or part-time jobs, experience, field work, etc. What is the scope of study? It is the coverage of the research to be explored, which includes the facts and theories about the subject. Example, a study on the influence of social networking on the attitude of senior high school learners. It is not possible to cover all aspects of the selected subject. The scope will have to be restricted and a specific section of the target population over a specified duration. What is the limitation of a study? The limitation limits the scope and outlines the boundaries of the study. These limitations include the following. Number one, sample size. Letter A, the research design and method will determine whether it is small or large sample size. The sample size will determine the quality of data and relationships that will be identified among the variables. Number two, lack of available and or reliable data. This will limit the scope of analysis and the ability of the researcher to determine meaningful trends and relationships among the data. Number three, lack of prior studies. This will limit the effectiveness of the literature review and initial understanding of the research. Number four, chosen data collection method. The quality of data collected must be clear to avoid erroneous answers from the respondents. Number five, nature of the information collected. Researcher should not rely on pre-existing data. Number six, access. The amount and quality of available data will depend on the ability of the researcher to access people, organizations, libraries, and documents. Number seven, time period. It is advisable to select a research problem and design. Number 8, bias. The researcher must focus only to the problem, should be neutral, and avoid his or her personal biases. Number 9, language. This may have an effect on data collection, especially if the researcher is involved with respondents that speak a variety of languages. Presenting written statement of the problem. The following sections compose the presentation of the written statement of the problem, according to Barbour on 2014. Number 1, introduction. States briefly the background of the study and identifies the rationale of the research problem. It begins with a general statement of the problem, outlines the specific problem or issue within the existing literature. Number 2, statement of the problem. It states clearly the purposes or interest of the study, poses specific questions about research problem. Number 3, scope and delimitation. Sets the boundaries and parameters of the study, narrows the scope of the inquiry. Number 4, significance of the study. It shows the benefits of the study to address issues and problems in improving economic and health conditions or even finding solutions to problems encountered in daily life. What's more, let's do it. Directions, decide on a topic that you want to investigate on. Make a research title out of your chosen topic. What I have learned, let's reflect. Directions, write a short reflection in your activity notebook. So start with I thought, and secondly, I learned that. What I can do, let's prove it. Directions from your selected topic of interest in activity 4, provide the information by following the format below. So you have to write your research title. So that begins with the study generally seeks to. Then we have specifically it tries to answer the following questions. So you have to indicate 4 of the statement of the problem. Thank you and happy learning. So that's all. Thank you very much for listening.